Where is it? You sure that's one? I can hear you. Mhm. Hey, I can't hear you. I can't hear. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Not yet. Still not yet.
All right, can you hear me now? Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. So it was you. It was you. Ah, I should have brought my own
It
bed.
was me.
It
It
was
was me.
you,
It
not
was. I
me.
agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. Welcome
uh,
to the show. Thank you very
Thank
much for joining us on the Praise the
you.
Club show. We're excited to have you, Minister Agogo. It is a pleasure. And while I was preparing for this show, I there was a
Yeah.
one big question that just came to my mind, and this is it, right? I am
Okay.
from Delta State, and yes,
Hmm.
but don't ask me to speak any language because I cannot.
The
Oh, the
feeling
feeling
is
is
mutual.
mutual.
I
Why?
can't say.
Because
Hey, don't ask me to speak.
because I was just going to do that. So there's one of your songs that is
No.
there's one of your songs that has a little bit of Urobo. I think it is Urobo in it, where I think you were saying Wekobiro. You mentioned Wekobiro a couple of times in this song. Yeah. So
That's Wekobiro. That's the
yes,
one
that's
with
one
Minister
minister on us.
Onos.
So I was like, okay, so I think I know the meaning of Wekobiro. I think I have an idea of the meaning of Wekobiro. I know it's something about gratitude, something, something, something. And today we're just, being,
Mm-hmm.
grateful to God because it's the first day in the second half of the year 2025. Yeah, happy
New
new month,
month.
right? Yeah. So
Yes.
I wanted to say,
Same to
Minister
you.
Aguko, drop us one Urobo phrase that we can use to give gratitude to God this morning.
Oh. If I were to do that though, I would therefore sing the one or drop the line in Ife that
Yeah.
great man sang, which is Kideme
Mm,
Wopewe. So that one, and which is it just means that it's like giving
mm,
God praise. But I will still fall back to
mm.
Wekobiro
Hey.
Miyeruwedo. You have done me
Mm.
well. I give you
Wekobiro
praise.
miero.
That is that
Did I
one.
get it though? Yeah.
Though you have done me well.
Wekobiro
Yes, you did.
miero.
You did. It's still there, body, even if you cannot speak it.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for that,
Oh,
Minister Agogo. Yes, and Joy Ologe is in the chat. She says, Happy New Month, fam. Happy New Month, Joy Ologe. Thank you for joining us this morning. Yes, all right. So, Minister Agogo, without wasting much time, let's get into it. There's a lot of
yeah,
things I want to start.
yeah.
And first of all, before we get into your latest
Mhm.
release, which is Ife, an amazing song. I've been rocking the song like all morning, but
Yeah.
we'll get into that shortly. But first of all,
Yeah.
you have a very unique style, and I realize that most of your songs kind of like has a blend where most of your songs has this Afro gospel vibe to Afro pop gospel vibe to it, right? But there's some of your songs where I'm
Yeah.
hearing some elements of R&B, soul, and I'm like, okay. So the
Yes.
question I want to ask you is,
Yes.
how did you create your own genre? How did you create your style, and what were the influences that you had in creating this unique genre that you have?
Okay. First of all, thank you for having me again. It's always a pleasure being on
Thank you
Praiseworld
very
Radio.
much.
So I would say that is what I've discovered over the years because I've asked
Mm,
myself this question, right? It's the same question
mm,
that you're asking me. And I've discovered that it's my personality, it's the way
mm,
God made me. So first off, I think growing up I was the relatively quiet type. Yeah, I mean, I have a sibling who is, when you see two of us, you could somehow tell that I'm the quiet one, and she, my elder sister, is the outgoing and all social one. But unknown to everybody, I
mm,
have that social side. So, so there's just this versatility I've discovered about my personality where I can go both ways. I can go the slow tempo song, and then I can go the
Mm,
upbeat one. And at the problem, it was a struggle for me. I'm sorry, at the point. That's because I saw people doing
mm,
either of the two. But I could do both. And it's funny, but in the past 3 years, I've come to embrace that side of me. And I've also, will I say, met with people,
yeah.
artists like Great Man, who are on that same creative side. And it has helped me to embrace
Mm,
who I am in God. I would say my influences come, let's say, from where I'm coming. Growing up would be yeah, the likes of, I mean, we used to do Kirk
right.
Franklin back in the day. At the same time, we'll do
Yeah.
CC Winers,
Yeah.
Point of Grace, we'll do Don Wen. Then there was Amy
Mm,
Grant, and the One Direction. So that brought out one side of me that was, so I didn't know I was coming. And then, because when there was the all those people that had the
yeah.
up tempo music, there
No,
wasn't
yeah, there wasn't.
Afrobeats you know. But Afrobeats came in, and I'm like, okay, now we're talking. This is African, and this is me, able to bring out
Mm,
this side of me. So, I mean, right now it's just been. It's funny that before the Afrobeats wave, or Afro gospel wave came in, like maybe some little over a year ago, I was wrapping up my second studio album that had a peep, because it's been like that in my albums of Afrobeat. I'll just put one Afrobeat song. My first album, the same thing, and they were jams, And some people saw that side of me, and they were like, "Oh, we didn't know it." And I'm like, "Wait for it.
right.
2025 is coming. Calm down, auntie. Calm down." And then I started together with my PR team, and they were like, "Kai, they have seen me vibe. They have seen me on stage, and they have seen me let it all go on this part of music, and they're like, let's give it a shot. Have a whole project that has to do with it." And honestly, I have not just been loving it, but I have just been able to
Mm,
express myself and be able to relate the music to people and to give glory to God
mm,
at the same time. So I mean, my Afro gospel or Afrobeat influences lately would be Great Man, it will be Ada Ehi. I mean, there is some of it in Messi Chinwo as well. And listening to those people just inspires my
mm,
creativity and helps me to be,
yeah.
to maintain this side of the genre
Wow.
that I am now.
Wow.
So
Wow,
that's been it
that's
for me.
quite an interesting journey because you mentioned a few artists that you listen to or that were part of your
Mhm,
influences
mhm.
growing up in your music journey, and there's it's almost like two extremes. You mentioned Don Moen is on this side, and then you
I
then
agree.
mentioned Kirk
Mhm,
Franklin like on this side. Like
mhm.
fine, they
I
both do
know.
gospel, but like
I
they're so
know.
far
I
apart
know.
in
And
style.
yeah, and it's funny. I didn't
Mm,
choose. Those just happened to be the music. It just happened to be the music I was exposed to. I didn't choose. I don't know. So I think just God just brought them in my way, my path. I knew
mm.
that I was going to go this way.
Wow,
That
wow,
that's
wow.
that's what I think.
That's such an interesting journey, and it's no wonder it has had such an and such a big impact on your music so far. Yeah. Okay. So now
Yeah.
let's talk about Ife. Let's talk about Ife, and I'm excited to talk about this because it's yeah.
Ooh.
You see the vibe. That's literally the vibe. I get from the song. All
Ah, the
right.
vibes
Yes, the
there.
vibes. The vibes. So first of all, Ife at least. I may not speak
Yeah.
Yoruba, but I understand small Yoruba. I know that Ife means love, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Yoruba. So
The love
that's
of
you, the
God.
love of God, exactly. So that's you again making use of Nigerian languages in a unique Nigerian style. Of course, Afro
Mm-hmm.
is a very unique
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian sound, right? So I want to talk about the inspiration behind this.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like many times when I hear artists sing about the love of God, it sounds like it comes from a deeply personal experience. It sounds like they have experienced
Okay.
that relationship with God where they just look and say, oh my God, you love me, or something like that. So I want you to talk about
Yeah.
your inspiration. What was it, was there any personal experience that you don't mind sharing? That makes you really really reflect and see how much God loves you, and what was the message you're trying to convey with that song?
Okay. So Ife, like you said, is the Yoruba word for love. And it's in a compendium of some sort, an EP
Yeah,
of 5 songs that talk about the supremacy of God. The EP
yeah.
is titled God First. And this particular track, Ife, the love of God, just came out of a place of okay, I think I've been in the music industry professionally for, let's see, 2018, oh,
Wow.
almost 10 years. And working with people, working with systems, trying out different means of promotion for my music, working with artisans, people like videographers,
Mm,
graphic designers. I had been
mm,
through a lot. And the truth is, when the idea for even the project came along, I told myself, this is going to be new. God, how am I going to start again with all
mm,
these people? Because, I mean, we have people in the industry, and sometimes they meet your expectation in terms of professionalism, and sometimes they don't. And the truth is, whether we like it or not, when you're not getting what you want, you're
mm.
not motivated to continue. You're not inspired to do more. So I was at that
Yeah.
crossroad at that time. And God just told me that He just reminded me. It was like an assurance thing that He's the one who brought me this far, that I should just go at it again and go
Mm,
on this Afrobeats project. So when it came to the time for Ife, it talks about the love of Jesus and how God sent him to the cross, through the cross to the earth, to die for us, and how it doesn't matter what we're going through, His
yeah.
love remains true. So for me, it was that personal relationship with him that came to bear at the point where I was
Mm,
at the crossroad. Oh God, I'm going for another
mm,
project. I'm going to have to deal with these guys. Do I get a new team? How am I going to do it? And I was almost
mm,
losing my motivation. But God
mm,
reminded me of His love, and He said, "See, I'm your Father. I will take you through it." And I got the confidence to do it because you know how they say someone has a
mm.
track record.
Yeah.
God has a track
Yeah.
record of keeping His word. I'm like, oh, I've already done one album. Sorry, two albums. I've done one EP. Oh God, oh yeah, let's go. Let's go on this. So it's talking about how God loves us immeasurably, and that His love will never end. So there's a line in the song that says,
Mm.
they totori me, yeah, so we had to go
Normal,
pidgin, I
normal,
had to go.
normal.
So it they carry me, yeah, normal, normal, they carry me like a river, if real,
Of
it
course.
is sweet to me for body. Because when you have that assurance, when somebody has told you that this is going to go well, in
Mm,
spite of the odds, though, there are odds, there have been odds, and there will always be odds because that's life. But when there's that assurance, you can just rest
mm,
confidently. And for every day you wake up, every day you're making
mm.
effort, you just
Yeah.
trust along the way. So
Wow.
that's the fair for
Wow.
me.
Wow.
That's the
What
fair
a
for me.
what a song, what a journey. I think when you touched on quite a few challenges that music ministers face trying to put their song
Mhm.
out. And many times
Yeah.
some
Mhm.
of us consumers of music, we sometimes don't understand the rigors that comes with creating good
Yeah.
music and promoting it properly
Mhm.
and just putting it out there for people to enjoy. We will just put earpiece and listen,
Yeah.
and then some people will even open mouth just they
Yeah,
listen
they
they go.
listen, they
Some people say
go.
the song not even sweet self, you know and without really looking at the rigors of this. And you touching on that, I would just like you to talk about it
Oh.
a little bit more, right? You mentioned promotion.
Yeah.
Promotion is something that many, especially
Mhm.
aspiring and upcoming gospel artists, almost throw out the window. Or if even if
Yeah.
they don't exactly throw out the window, they don't exactly
Mhm.
do it with as much intentionality as they should, or as you did, in most of in
Mhm.
all of your releases so far. So I want you to talk about the importance of that, and
Yeah.
what one or two things that especially upcoming gospel artists can learn, how you carried out yours.
Okay. So I think that first of all, there has to be a mindset shift. I mean, you mentioned something, and you said this is, what we find among, you're not wrong. It took me a while before I understood the essence of promotion.
Mm,
And so I was, taking it bit by bit. I was like, okay, this release, let me try this. This release, let me try that. The truth is that the place of promotion in music, gospel, non gospel, is highly essential. And as artists, you cannot shy away from it. I mean, Coca Cola still does promo. What
Yeah.
are we saying? So you can't say, oh, I don't need to promote my music or I don't need to put it out there. The truth is, there is only so little, I won't say so much, that you can do where you are.
Mm.
But there is so much more you can do to get what you have, to get the message you're trying to pass across to other nations, to other places, to the nooks and crannies of places even that are around you. So, just to say that the place of promotion cannot be
Mm.
overemphasized. And there is every need to push your stuff. I'll say stuff because a lot of us artists also do
Yeah.
other things, to push your stuff, push your music. You just need to. There's no shying away from it. And I'll always say start with where you are, with what you have. Start with the relationships, start with family, start with friends, start with people in your community, people in your church, people you find around. Share your music. I discovered that I can't remember which of the artists that I have her contact, and I'm like, hey, she's still. But I mean, it just has to, the truth is, it has to do with not just starting, but consistency. Because consistency is the game changer. The only painful thing about consistency is you don't exactly get to see it in the moment. But if you continue, I have found that if you continue, it's not just the applause of men, but you would also see your efforts come to fruition. So the place
Mm.
of promotion as an artist, as a creative, cannot be overemphasized. It is very essential. You cannot even be too spiritual not to promote. Let us get that one first, though. You cannot
Hmm.
be too spiritual to you understand, not to promote. You just have to. The truth is there is the business side of music, and you need to be able to be aware. That's the first thing I said, the mindset shift. You need to be aware
Yeah.
because it's when you understand that you are able to move with the vision. It's when you understand that you are able to. I mean, you will not bring your money. You won't bring your money out for what you don't understand. So once you understand it, you are able to say, okay, let me put my money in this and let me see how it's going, to be able to assess how did it go this time.
Mm.
Should I change the strategy? But it's very important that you understand there is every need to promote. And then with respect to the avenues, there are so many out there. Get yourself a PR team, a PR management team, um, a social media advisor, a media advisor, a content creating team. Little by little, it doesn't have to be a team or team. You build over time. One person who does this, who can handle this
Yeah.
and this and this, so that you are sure of what you're going into. But the place of promotion, it cannot be overemphasized.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Minister Agogo don dey drop am o. Don dey drop am.
Drop,
Emerging
drop,
artist,
drop.
upcoming artist. That's yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for those very, very key words of advice.
You're welcome.
Joy Ologe is here. Joy Ologe is saying, my tribe sister is online today. Oh, Wekobiro. Apparently, I guess
Roboado.
Joy Ologe is Orobo. So yeah, Orobo.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know what that means,
Yeah.
but
It's a greeting. It's just to greet. Say our people well done. And they greet
oh,
oh, and they
okay,
greet
our people
oh.
well done.
No, so I'm better
Oh,
than you. Wow, it's good to know
you
I'm
are
better
better
than
than
someone
me.
when it comes to
Unfortunately, so
oh,
unfortunately for me, you're better than me. All right, all right. So one more thing I would like to ask before we let you
yeah.
go. Um, you're very so I've noticed something through your vocal about family life. You're very vocal about,
Mhm.
especially about family life, and and then we know that you're a mother, and I'm
Yes.
particularly interested when I see um people who are very, very invested in family, and
Mhm,
still manage to balance it, especially with
mhm,
ministry, with music.
mhm.
I'm particularly interested. So you know there are quite a few times where you share advice, you share certain content where I'm like, okay, right? But I
Yeah.
just I'm sure I want to know, and I'm sure there's quite a few people out there that want to know, how do you balance it?
Yeah.
I mean, you have kids, of course you make your home, make your home as what's the word now, as
Yes.
tantalizing as possible, right? So how do you
Yes.
balance it, and also still making your music as tantalizing as possible at the same time? So how do you
Wow,
balance
it's
that?
not, it's not
What's the
tantalizing.
what's the striking?
Okay.
How do you strike
Okay.
the balance?
Yeah. So fundamentally, I would say I have a supportive, highly supportive spouse. My husband is in it 100% with
Mm,
respect to support. So that just makes it easy. When we met back in the day, I had spelled out my vision and told him this is what I want to do, you know,
mm.
in the long run. And it's funny that I didn't start off till I think after my third child. I didn't start off musically, you
Music.
know.
Mm,
Yeah, I didn't start off, in the music business till then. And I would say that so far God has been my help. So having him as a support system makes it a lot easier. That's because he's understanding and he knows that right from the beginning, I've always said, even before, I got into marriage. So it wasn't even pressure for me when I hadn't started anything musically before I even started having children. It wasn't
mm,
pressure at all. We just knew that there was going to be the time and that we would know when the time was going to be. And so I just kept living my life. I was in the choir, soloing, doing praise and worship in church and all that. And then it just came to the time when I was to launch out musically. And I would say, down the line, God has been faithful with respect to balance. So what I tried to do, there was this time when I first started out that I had to take a time management course. It was
wow.
that deep. I was like, wait, wait, wait. Hey, so how am I going to do music and be able to, these children with their ages? Oh, and then I have to go back home. Oh, and then go to church. And I was like, okay, so there's something like prioritizing. There's something about scheduling tasks. And I'm like, okay, now that makes sense. I learned all this on the time management course. And it has helped me. I think that was some 6, 7 years ago. And it has helped me.
Wow.
Because looking back, I'm able to um apply the fact that there's a need to put what is first. So I mean, family is first in everything. Yes. After God first, and then yeah, that's the title of the EP. God first. So
God
yeah,
first. Yeah.
God first, God first, and then family, and then the ministry comes into play. So I think it just helps that I was able to plan myself, especially during weekdays, that when the children are in school, I do a lot of music. And then when it's almost time for school runs, I begin to slow the thing down. Slow the thing down. Because at the point, once it's 4 o'clock, any call that comes in, I'm like, you people, I'm doing sorting out homework here. Who are all these people calling? And then one person that's promoting is calling the graphics guy. At the point, I have to tell them, you people, wait first. Let's leave it till when they have gone to sleep at night. So, it's all a matter of planning. You just have to plan. And that has helped me. My spouse being
Mm,
really supportive, planning, effectively managing my time has helped me to be able to balance things. I mean, over the years, the children grew and different ages, and with the growing, things were changed. The world changed. Can I
mm.
emphasize that the world changed?
The
And I'm
world
like,
changed.
hey, what is this? Lockdown was the greatest game changer. My
Mm,
God, the COVID era, and the world went all online. I'm like, online needs time. And I was like, oh,
mm.
this time management of scheduling and prioritizing I learned. Day online. God help me. You get. So I just had to adapt and understand that the world has changed. That's the mindset thing too. There's no need to be in denial. That it is what it is. There's no need to be in denial. This is the TikTok age. This is the so I needed time. I need more time, to be able to even put myself out there on those, platforms and be able to
Yeah.
monitor them. So I have been able to carve out time. Sometimes I put my phone aside, telling myself, sometimes my mind, I will say, now I need to. If not, you just you be hearing the beeps. You will hear or you will see notification and you just have to control yourself. Should
You
I
have to.
press my phone? So it just takes a lot of discipline as well to be able to balance. If not, there are a lot of things that are vying for our time and attention. But
Mm,
God gives
mm.
grace. Yeah, and God's grace abounds in the end. So that's been it for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, God's grace abounds till the end.
Yeah.
Always, always does. All right. Well, it has been an amazing chat. But just before we go,
Yeah.
um, two things very quickly before we
Yeah.
go. First of all, is there anything you want to make known? Anything you want to tell everyone listening to you right
Okay.
now? And anything at all, just in your spirit here, you want to share?
Okay. I just like to say I have a favorite scripture. It's Romans 8:28. And it says that all things work together for good. As long as you're in a place of relationship with God, don't ever think that something bad that happened to you is a mistake. Because the truth is God is working everything out together for your good. A lot of times, because we don't see things the way God sees them, we just tend to feel, oh, maybe God wasn't with me in this. But the truth is, He's there, He watches, He sees, and He is mindful of you. Please best believe His word that everything will work out for your good. So that's just it from me to you.
Yeah, yeah, everything will work out for
It
good.
will.
Hey,
It will.
glory,
Hallelujah.
glory. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much.
You're
All
welcome.
right, so just before we let you go, there's something we always do. We have a riddle of the day on the show
Okay.
where we give out a riddle. So I would like to, give the riddle to
Mm-hmm.
you and see if you can get the answer.
Hmm.
Are you
It's not that
ready?
scrambling word thing, right? Should I get a notepad and right,
No, no,
okay,
no, no,
okay, it's
it's
not
not.
that one.
It's not. It's just, and I think this one is simple. This is one of the simplest riddles we've
Oh, yeah,
had on the
nah.
show
Shoot,
for
shoot,
some
shoot,
time now.
shoot.
So let's see. Let's see. I think you should be able to get this. So this is the riddle. I host millions. I
Mhm.
host millions
Mhm.
without a stadium. Yet the city still shakes. My experience is not personal. It is global, musical, and spiritual. My voice has crossed nations, not through songs, but through screens. I'm a pastor, I'm a planner, and I'm a preacher on air. Who am I?
Hey, planner, preacher, teacher on air. How I get that?
Pastor, planner,
Pastor, planner,
preacher.
pastor. Tola is not a pastor, is
Yeah.
it?
So I don't think
No,
he
no.
is.
Okay.
Last time I checked.
On air, not just on the pulpit, right?
Yeah.
Ah, and that person came to mind. Though.
Not just on the pulpit, but on air.
On air.
Okay, so look at the first two sentences. I host
Mm-hmm.
millions without a stadium. I host millions without a
Yeah.
stadium. Yet the city still shakes. My experience
Mm.
is not personal. It is global, musical, and spiritual.
Mhm. Musical and
Yeah.
spiritual.
Those two lines carry a lot of hints in it.
Repete, please. Repete.
Okay, I will repeat it. I host millions
Mm-hmm.
without a stadium, yet the city still shakes. My experience is not personal, it is global, musical, and spiritual. My voice has crossed nations, not through songs, but through screens. I'm a pastor, a planner, and a preacher on air. Who am I?
Hey, some people coming to mind. But these people now in my mind, their own is church. It's church. It's they're preachers in
Okay,
church.
just yeah, just
Music,
just give the ideas. Just give the ideas.
screen. Is that
Yes.
screen one that I'm like, I'm not sure this person is screen.
Oh,
Because
oh, okay, let me give you two more hints. This person is a Nigerian pastor, and is a he.
hmm,
It's a male Nigerian pastor,
yes.
and a popular one.
It's that screen now that music, it does not, that one does not do music. As in, should I be calling out the names in my head? Because that one doesn't do music.
Okay, so
Apostle does not do
okay,
music. Pastor.
this person doesn't necessarily do music too,
Okay.
but he doesn't sing,
Doesn't
but he
sing.
does something that relates to music.
It's not Apostle Femi Lazarus. That's church.
No, it's not Apostle Femi
It's not
Lazarus.
Apostle Joshua Selman.
No, it's not Apostle Joshua Selman.
Pastor Paul. Pastor Paul doesn't do screen. He does Pastor Paul does screen now.
we have a lot of Pastor
Pastor
Pauls.
Paul Adefaras.
Pastor Paul Adefarasin. I host millions without a stadium,
Yes,
yet the city still shakes. My experience isn't personal, it is global. I host millions without a stadium. This person does host millions all over the world
Pastor
every
Nathaniel
December.
Bassi. Did I get it? No.
Mm, this person hosts millions without a stadium.
Yes, no.
Yet the city of Lagos still shakes. He hosts millions every December. His experience is not personal, but it is global because this experience is a global
But I said
experience.
Pastor Paul
And it is
Adefaras.
a musical, it's a musical
Oh, am
experience,
I
it's
am
a
I supposed to choose?
spiritual
But I said
experience.
Pastor Paul Adefaras.
Exactly, you upset Pastor Paul
Okay,
Adefarasina.
you said
That
it the
is
first time. I
correct.
said it the first time before Pastor Nathaniel Bassi. You know, you
I,
said
I
plenty
was trying
pause.
to shake your resolve a
When you
little
said
bit.
plenty pause, and I was like,
Yes.
I said, grandpa.
Yes, the answer of the riddle is Pastor Paul Adefarasin, the convener of
Yes,
the Experience
yes,
Lagos.
yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much, Minister Agogo. It has been a pleasure. Such an amazing chat, an amazing time
Likewise.
this morning. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you for
us.
having me. This was great. This was great.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you
Uh-huh.
very much. So do have yourself a lovely, lovely, lovely day.
And before I go, let us encourage people
Right.
because they say we should promote. I have to let
Yes.
me encourage people. I know you're gonna play
Yes.
it, but just to say,
Yes.
stream Ife by Agogo, featuring Great Man
Yes.
Tackett on all digital
Mm.
platforms. And we have a visualizer out on YouTube that expresses the lyrics of the song. You would love it.
Yeah.
Stream Ife as
Yeah.
well as the God First EP on all digital platforms. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Praiseworld.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you can stream this song.
Yes,
It is
please.
Ife, titled Ife. But there was a way you pronounce your name, Agogo. I think I
Agogo.
got that. Agogo.
Agogo. That's how they pronounce
Agogo.
it. Ah, you got it too. You
Agogo.
got it too. Hey, and
Agogo.
my brother be this.
Okay, he did body now. He did
He did
body.
body. I tell you, he did.
So do well to stream. He did. Do well to stream Fair by Agogo
Yeah.
on or everywhere you listen to your music,
Yes,
and it's
please.
also on praiseworldradio.com.
Yes,
You find
please.
it there, and you can also find the visualizer on YouTube as well. Enjoy it. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely song. So do well to enjoy it and vibe to it. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Agogo,
Thank
for
you.
such an amazing time this morning.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Yes, that was Minister Agogo. What an amazing time. What an amazing time. We've spent a lot of time on the show already. And yes, we will just be calling it a wrap. So, yes, the answer to our video is Pastor Paul Adefarasin. He's the convener of the Experience and the lead pastor of House on the Rock. Very popular man of God in Nigeria. We know him a lot. So, yes, that is the answer to our video. That has been our time today. It has been an amazing show, hasn't it? That's been an amazing show. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Of course, you can join us again tomorrow morning by 10 a.m. on the show, on the Praise World podcast, which is also the Praise O'Clock show. And you can also watch this show back on YouTube. You can watch it back. And of course, you can also, listen to the podcast everywhere you listen to your podcast, or you can, search for pod.co /Praise World Radio, or you can visit praiseworldradio.com to check out this episode and other episodes of the Praise Word podcast. Thank you so much for joining us all over the media platforms that we are streaming. It has been a pleasure. I've been your host this morning. Goodness is